Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Another final preview and prediction video. Before we get into it, though, remember to that like button and do subscribe if you're new. Also, do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Okay, let's get into it. Iga Swiatek versus Barbara Krejcikova for the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships. It's the WTA Masters 1000 tournament, of course, and it's the first of the year, so it's a biggie. Now, we have an incredible matchup on our hands. The head-to-head is Swiatek 2, Krejcikova 1. However, the most recent match between the two was not too long ago in Ostrava at the back end of last year in Czech Republic. Krejcikova won it in 3 sets, playing some incredible tennis. Now, Krejcikova's had an interesting year and a half. Won the French Open in 2021, and then since then has been plagued with some injuries and long periods out of the game as well. Did though have some good results after that as well, making the WTA finals on an occasion as well. That Ostrava win against Swiatek almost seemed like it could be the catalyst for her getting back to her best. Now, for Swiatek, she has just been dominant. And I did a video the other day about whether she's back to her dominant best. And do check that video out. I think it's an interesting breakdown. It's on the channel. But to keep things short, she has been bagely and breadsticking people for fun. And she did it last week. And this week, she's been dominant as well. Hasn't dropped a set. It's just looked easy. For Krejcikova, she has had some more difficult matches. Had Sabalenka, she was 6-love and 3-1 down in that match against the Australian Open champion. She somehow managed to claw it back and win it in the end, which is incredible. Sabalenka will be disappointed. I think a lot of people wanted Sabalenka versus Krejcikova, including myself. Sorry, Sabalenka versus Swiatek, including myself, just to see how Sabalenka would fare against Swiatek now, given she's won the Australian Open and given Swiatek is now playing at her best. So it'll be like two players clashing at almost their best form. However, Krejcikova playing Swiatek is also very intriguing because I feel like she's one of the only players on tour who potentially has a style that could trouble Swiatek. And I feel like Krejcikova is going to have some success, and probably more success than any other player would on tour against her at the moment, bar maybe Sabalenka. So how does this play out? Well, we'll discuss how it plays out in terms of tactically and technically, and then also I'll give you guys my prediction at the end. So Swiatek, she's been playing extremely well, as I said, over the last few weeks, and the biggest thing has been her ball striking. She's been hitting the ball extremely cleanly, and she's been serving well in spots. Now, Krejcikova, for me, is very, very good at absorbing pace and redirecting. So that's a big tick. Return wise, probably not as good a return as Swiatek in my opinion, but arguably a better server. Hits her spots better, I would say, which is interesting in the serve return dynamic. And then in the rallies, I think she is able to have enough variation and also be able to hit the ball big enough that she can potentially hold Swiatek at bay for periods of the match. And that's where I think becomes very interesting because Krejcikova also has a bit more to her game. She'll transition, she'll come to the net. She plays a lot of doubles and is incredible as one Grand Slams at doubles level, and is actually more of a decorated doubles player than a singles player currently. For Krejcikova, though, the one thing she needs to be weary of is coming out and having a slow start because Swiatek, if she breaks you straight away, most likely she's going to run away with the set. She's a great front runner. For Krejcikova, she needs to come out all guns blazing. She needs to come out extremely dialed in, extremely sharp, and that's a more mental aspect that I think it needs to be discussed because from a technical and tactical aspect, if she plays her best tennis, she's got a good chance. I think against Swiatek, I don't think the style, as I said, doesn't match up too well to Swiatek. I think she's going to try and shorten the points. Krejcikova, I think she knows the longer the points go on, the more likelihood Swiatek's going to hurt her. So she's going to try and come to the net. I don't think she's going to be extremely risky in the ground stroke rallies from the back of the court, if I'm being honest. But she'll find good angles. She'll make it uncomfortable. And it'll be a difficult match, I think, for Swiatek if she's able to do that. For Swiatek, she just needs to serve and hit her spots. Well, if she does, it's going to be very tough to get inroads onto her serve. And then we know how good her return game is. And in the rallies, I mean, Swiatek, as I said, has been hitting the ball extremely cleanly. And that's great to see, especially the forehand as well. She's obviously given herself a few different looks on that forehand now as well, which is good. It's not just one paste. The slice needs some work, and Krejcikova has got a pretty good slice, so maybe someone for her to watch out for in terms of the slice anyway. Prediction wise, it's a final that everyone will really enjoy and love. It's just not the final that I would have wanted. I think on this occasion, I think Swiatek's going to beat Krejcikova in 3 sets. I think it's going to be, yeah, yeah. I think she's just. It's hard really with Krejcikova because I kept on backing in previous brackets and she just never repaid my, never repaid my faith. But this time she's done really well. She's made the final. I'm still going to stick with Swiatek, given her record in finals as well is incredible. She's only been, she's only I mean, I was about to say she's never lost a final, but of course she has. I think it was right at the start of her career. Since then, she's not lost massive finals. She's only gone on to win them all. So that's really, really impressive. And mentally, she will be dialed in as well. Um, I think that's all from me, actually. Remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and of course, we'll see you on the next video. Very much looking forward to this fight. I think it's going to be a fantastic one. I really, really do. And I think Krejcikova as well is able to stick with Swiatek in the backhand-to-backhand exchanges and also go line, which can hurt Swiatek if she's on the run on her forehand. And similarly, forehand to forehand, again, I think everyone's pretty comfortable in that area and scenario. But yes, yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well. We'll see you on the next video.